exciting.
Howard's clients are here.
Huh?
I said Howard's clients are here. That's us.
Oh, us. Yeah, but
That's us.
those people. This is for CCDC.
Yep.
Thank you. I hope I don't get disconnected by them today.
From CCDC here,
Oh,
Bob Godley and Peter Halber,
cool.
CFO and it's Peter's title.
Mute your volume. And your mute should just, so Desire is at this button.
This one?
This button here. Okay.
I brought it with me, said I, and I left it in the car.
Oh, you want me to
I
go
don't-
get you some?
I'm fine,
You sure?
absolutely.
I'll go down and get you some.
It's not necessary, really.
I'm going down and get myself something anyway.
I don't need it.
I'm getting you a bottle of water whether you like it or not. Okay?
I don't need it.
I'll get you a bottle of water. I'll be back in 5 minutes, okay?
Convention center.
Yeah.
Morning.
Got to recuse myself.
Good morning.
Was there
Hi, Marge.
It's too early in the morning.
All right. It's too hot. It's too hot. Okay.
Is it you recusing stuff? You recusing?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Is that a serious?
Yes, I'm
We
very
have
sorry.
We have.
Well, we have a
quorum.
quorum.
We have a
These
quorum.
votes.
Do we
Yeah,
have
well,
enough votes?
Yeah, do we have,
We may not have enough votes.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna go up and get the bylaws.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
no, that's all right.
You know, I double checked yesterday. There was a deal next month. We are in that deal.
Well, that's good, man. For you.
Good. Then again.
Can you hear us, Marge?
I can, thank you. It's nice to see you.
Good morning.
No,
So
we're
we're
gonna
gonna
do that.
ignore these. We're having,
Mystery calls.
yeah, some ghost calls, so that may happen during, we just need to ignore it when it does.
As long as we stay connected this time.
I'm sorry,
Can you
Marge?
hear me? I said as long as
We
we
can hear
stay
you.
connected this time.
Oh, good, thank you. And I'm gonna go look with Lauren while we wait for Todd and
So, Marge, we're waiting for Todd Sherman.
Very good.
just give me a call if you get him.
Okay. A little bit, yeah. Good time.
Well, I'd go. He's not on the mic.
He's not on the
Oh,
mic. We
you
have
know,
all three.
Next week, I'm taking it.
you know, Todd's not on the mic.
He's not on the mic. We have the three members. Marge.
Or is it just us?
Yes.
Just.
Except for him.
So you've got two votes.
Yes.
But we could do the
Three members
MIC
we have.
because the convention center's not on the MIC.
He's not on the
It's
mic.
just
Okay.
3 HFA loans.
All right. Well, let's wait. Now we can wait for
All right.
Lauren. What did the mix is the 3 HFAs and then Sunny May is the rest of it.
Yeah.
Who else is on Sunny May? Do we have any other Sunny May?
The addition on Sunny May is just Todd this morning.
Yeah.
Joyce Miller on Sunny May?
She's not coming.
So that we do need time for. All right, we'll wait for them. You're going away late? Next week. Yep. Presidents.
If I don't open it, you're gonna keep it. Unless you have a little cup, you have a paper cup.
So you're
Then
really
you'll
getting,
get
you're
it.
really getting demanding now.
I can't open it. But this way, you'll get when I don't drink, because I'm gonna drink 2 inches of it. Thanks so
You're
much.
welcome.
Great.
Okay, from the top.
Alrighty.
And away we go. Let's call this meeting of the State of New York Mortgage Agency Mortgage Insurance Committee meeting to order.
I'd like to request a motion and a second to call to order the August 16, 2016 meeting of the Sunny May Mortgage Insurance Committee. The motion and second recorded will be used for all action items before the committee unless specific items call for a different vote or unless any committee member wishes to record his or her vote differently. I note that Marge Rogatz is participating via video conference from Champion Office Suites located at 1225 Franklin Avenue, Suite 325, Garden City, New York. The minutes of the meeting of the Mortgage Insurance Committee held on July 14, 2016 shall be deemed approved absent corrections from the directors.
The meeting will move to the Mortgage Insurance Committee Program Action Items. Item number 2, resolution recommending the approval of 100% mortgage insurance on a $25,700,000 HFA permanent first mortgage loan for Surf Vets Place, 2002 Surf Avenue, Brooklyn, Kings County.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This project comprises the development of 82 units of supportive housing for formerly homeless veterans who are clients of the New York State Office of Mental Health and 52 units of regular low-income housing. The 82 supportive housing units will have a project-based Section 8 HAP contract. The project is being developed by Concern for Independent Living, an experienced and well-regarded developer of supportive housing. And this will be the 10th loan that we have insured for entities controlled by Concern with total exposure of $115 million. With regard to this project, the insured loan amount is $190,000, which equals only 38% of the project's total development cost of $505,000 per unit. And the project would break even with a 10% pro forma vacancy rate or a 10% increase in operating expenses.
Any questions?
The resolution before the committee is recommending approval of mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for Surf Vets Place, 2002 Surf Avenue, Brooklyn, Kings County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried.
Item 3, resolution approving 100% mortgage insurance on a $6,520,000 HFA permanent first mortgage loan for AP Lofts at Larkinville, 545 Swan Street, Buffalo, Erie County.
This project comprises the conversion of a former A&P warehouse, the historic readaptation, into 147 units of both low-income and workforce housing. 118 of the units are affordable and are reserved for tenants earning up to 60% of the AMI, and 28 units are restricted to tenants with incomes up to 130% of the AMI.
If it's a historic or restoration of what?
Oh, an old A&P warehouse.
Okay, so it is, okay.
Doesn't sound like it would be historic,
I
but
was gonna
actually,
say,
You don't think an
Okay,
A&P
good.
warehouse is historic?
it's relative.
Assume that's
Pictures were very
Actually, there
Sorry
are,
about that.
there's 18.2 million of federal historic tax credits and 3.2 million of state historic tax credits. The development entity, KCG Development LLC, is new to both HFA and Sunny May, but they've developed nearly 37 units of low-income housing, and the project will be managed by Landsman Real Estate Services, which currently manages and well manages several HFA finance projects. The insured loan amount is $44,000 per unit, which equals 16% of the project's total development cost of $273,000 a unit. And the project would break even with a 15% pro forma vacancy rate or a 17% increase in pro forma operating expenses.
Any questions? Any questions, Marge?
No, Mike, I think you said 18, but you meant 8, right? Million in the historic federal. But it says here 8.
Could you guys turn the volume up a little, please?
Oh, okay.
Then the resolution before the Mortgage Insurance Committee is approving mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for AP Lofts at Larkinville, 545 Swan Street, Buffalo, Erie County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And the motion is carried.
Item 4, resolution approving 100% mortgage insurance on a $5,050,000 HFA permanent first mortgage loan for Ashfield Apartments, 1 Jean Lugan Lane, Latham, Albany County.
This project comprises the conversion of a former skilled nursing facility into 121 units of both low and moderate income housing. 5 units are restricted to tenants earning up to 50% of the AMI, 92 units are restricted to tenants earning up to 60%, and 24 units are restricted to tenants earning up to 90% of the AMI. The development entity is controlled by Liberty Affordable Housing, another well-regarded and prolific developer of affordable housing upstate. And this will be the 14th loan that we have insured for entities controlled by Liberty with total exposure of $70 million. With regard to this project, the insured loan amount is only $42,000 per unit, which equals 22% of the project's total development cost of $192,000 per unit. So this is an efficient project. The project will break even with a 9% pro forma vacancy or collection loss, or a 7% increase in pro forma operating expenses.
Any questions?
The resolution before the Mortgage Insurance Committee is approving mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for Ashfield Apartments, 1 Jean Juden Lane, Latham, Albany County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried.
Item 5, information item.
Just the mortgage recording tax for July was 14.5 million, as compared with 14.3 million last year, 12.2 million the year before. And we're basically where we were at the same time last year. For the first 4 months, total surtax is 60.6 million, and last year it was 60.0 million. Last year, the total collection was 189 million. So we're on track to do about the same thing this year, which is good.
All right. Anything?
So, I should have, I don't know why it's never occurred to me to say this, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense, Linda, does it, for us to do, I mean, we just did, it doesn't matter to me because I'm sitting on the credit committee, I know the underlying deals, I've had my opportunity to ask a lot of questions, but for our chairman and board members, we just approved the mortgages on HFA deals before we discussed the HFA deals. And the mortgages, I mean, it's sort of backwards. So, I mean, I wonder if that should be not the way we do it going forward. Do you?
I think that the order is discussed
Yeah.
before.
Well, we can open it up for
yeah.
discussion.
Why-
And the reason that it's been done this way is when it comes to the HFA board meeting, all of the pieces
Yeah.
are in place for the financing. So we had a commitment
Yeah.
from a tax credit investor, from the construction lender,
I got it.
and from the permanent credit union.
And we
So-
have to have the
The
committee
MIC
has to meet
in order to
separately.
approve the, yeah.
And yet, it makes no sense.
You're right.
So,
That-
I mean,
that
just as a
has
logical matter, it doesn't make any sense. Because you're being asked, the committee's being, I mean, unless we get into the merits of the underlying deal during the MIC for some reason,
No, but the MIC is making an insurance credit.
totally understand, but you're making a decision on the basis of an underlying credit to some extent. I mean, it's,
Chicken and egg
It's-
either way, kind of.
well, I don't think it's, I mean, I don't mean to be difficult about this, but
How would you do?
how, I mean, I would find some way to have the maybe this isn't worth doing, but I would like to talk about it, because I would
Yeah,
find some way to have a
absolutely.
substantive discussion about the deal, and then people can ask their questions, their substantive questions about the deal, and then the MIC, which tends to be a more sort of pro forma discussion, because there's, I mean, frankly, less at stake, right?
Tell you what, let's talk about that in a second. Let me
Yeah.
just close this out.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the
Because we're on.
procedural reasons we want to do it, but it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Oh, 1 second. Okay, there's no further business. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Seconded.
Assuming the first and seconds previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried and the meeting is adjourned.
Okay. We're adjourned. Now we go to the conversation.
Yeah, right, yeah, that's a
Since
good
the other
point.
one's sitting on
I
top.
don't, you understand what I'm saying? I mean, it's just, and the members are different, I guess, so it's also, it's a
But
little
it's
bit.
not, yeah,
What?
I don't think it's so much that, are we done with
Yeah.
the procedural question of who's gonna be here for what part? It's more that in order to, I mean, why don't, you could just do all of these pending the resolution. That,
Yeah, I'm sure there's some technical way that we could get the stacking the correct way and give make sure that the deal itself
So
has
you
a
have
full
the discussion
hearing by the
deal
people.
before you get to just do
Yeah.
mortgage.
Unless we think that the MIC, that the insurance piece is so, that the risk is so minimal that it's just not, which is not the case. I mean, we're supposed to do that, right?
Right, it's unlikely the MIC is not going to approve the deal after HFA approves it.
Highly unlikely. Yeah, I think that's right. Anyway, I don't know, maybe we should put a little thought into
Yeah,
that,
I
because it
think we
doesn't
should.
seem like we're doing this, I understand procedurally we're doing it the right way, but it doesn't seem like substantively it's the right answer somehow. That's what I think. You disagree? You disagree? Why?
For the same reasons that we make the construction lender go to their board before we bring it to our board, that the tax return investor commits to the deal before we bring it to our board, so that for HFA, all the pieces are in place.
I understand that, but if I'm sitting on this side of the table and I'm a board member, and I sit and look at Mike and I say, okay, well, I have a whole bunch of questions about this deal just as a deal.
From
Who
the
do I ask?
policy perspective.
Yeah, from the, like, what is the deal, as opposed to what is the insurance company's risk? What
Have you
am I
ever
supposed to
not
do
approved
about
stuff
that?
at Nick?
What?
I don't think I'm not sure I've ever been in.
What's the question?
Things have
Do
been
we ever
pulled.
not approve something?
Things have been pulled. I don't think things have actually not been approved.
Do we ever not
They
approve
made
it at the MIC?
Not an HFA deal. Maybe every once in a while, the CPC deal.
Right. But again, that's sort of backwards, right? Because we never not approve it because it's an HFA deal, but we haven't had the HFA discussion yet.
I guess the question is, how do we get the board the best amount of
Right, well, it's
information
massive
at the
information
time
before.
that they are
Yep,
making each
absolutely.
decision? So
Absolutely.
it may be what information if we want to do the mix first, what information we present during the mix so it's not repetitive during the HFA portion.
I also think it's that the policy about the deal itself is really an HFA decision. And the decision at the MIC is credit. It's the facts that Mike's,
It's part of the assemblage to go to the larger board to take a look
right,
at it.
and so the bigger conversation about the project, it is an HFA. Mike's presenting things, he talks about, you know, the amount of the debt and what it is compared to the cash flow when compared to TDC. So he's giving you the credit fundamentals.
Who else is on the MIC?
Jamie,
Just the three of you.
Can I say something?
Sure, absolutely.
Jamie, my feeling after serving on both the MIC and the board for more years than most of the people here, I find if one just looks at the introduction to the MIC vote and the introduction to the HFA vote, it's clear that the HFA vote really contains more pieces, and that MIC is one of the pieces that the board has to see. I just heard Marion say policy. I think that is the important thing, that the board has to look at all of the pieces to make the policy.
Okay, well, why don't we table this? Why don't we have
Yeah,
a discussion? about it?
Absolutely.
All right, and we've decided today we're not gonna do the convention center?
No.
No, that's okay. I got it. Good morning.
See you guys.
Watch Lauren just
Yeah,
go,
sorry.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, that was.
Wasn't for you guys, it was just some friends who were here.
That's how you treat your friends.
Hey, what- See how I treat my enemies, okay?
Colors return to Lauren's face, it's all
It's
good.
like almost ledger anything.
All right?
Nope, can't do it within 7 minutes.
Sorry, dude, can't start till 8:30. Oh, is that right?
Yep.
Because,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Because the
fine.
meeting's the
Publicly called.
official meeting.
oh, officially, okay.
Yeah.
12 minutes time.
Okay, well, nice seeing you. You'll be
Yeah.
back.
See you in 6.5 minutes, okay?
Morning.
Yeah.
Good area.
Really?
no, I haven't.
It's August.
Yeah, when we
To
opened,
close it to open.
to open, I requested a motion and a second, but we didn't actually get it.
Okay.
So, for the minutes and for the record,
All right.
is Marge still listening?
At that point.
Could we,
Yes.
We're gonna formally ask for the motion and a second to open the meeting of the MIC.
Then you're gonna have to close it again.
we can do that.
That's fine.
But we need a motion, we need an actual
I can
registered
do that.
motion and a
I can
second.
do that now.
Let's do it.
Fine, let's. Here we go. Again, this is, I'm gonna open and close, I'd like to open the meeting of the State of New York Mortgage Agency Mortgage Insurance Committee meeting.
We're gonna formally request.
And we're
I'd like to
doing this in
request
order.
a motion and a second to call to order the meeting of August 16th, 2016.
Right.
To
And
what?
the purpose of this is to record the first and second offered for the items presented to the MIC this morning. I'd like to request a motion and a second.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
And a second, please.
Second.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're open, however, also have, let's see, like a motion and a second to adjourn.
And
the
assuming
meeting.
the motions entered,
First
Yep.
and second.
the first and
First and second.
second previously entered.
Signify by saying aye.
Yeah,
Have a motion to close? Aye. Second.
thank you very much.
We are adjourned.
We are adjourned.
Morning's like a law school
We are
exam
re-adjourned.
for corporate law, right?
But you also talked about the mergers and everything, right?
Well, I thought that they were asking a lot of questions.
Right, they can do that themselves.
That's what they,
Unlike a place like
what are they gonna do? The board is sitting on.
They've also.
I like.
Yeah, I printed out. Thank you. Alex, you're gonna love me, right? Everywhere. He called at like 5:45.
Because I'd rather hear them first and
Trust
not
me,
than see it in a report. What's your
I don't know these people, but
Especially if it's actually getting
it's so fun.
Not squash it, but, I mean, I'm not sure it's gonna be, but.
Yes, especially now.
Well, not now. Yeah, no, it's love, you're absolutely right. I just, it was just so funny. I could have. It's a little, there's a little piece of package. Here you have your yes.
Oh, I guess the question is it better to have a meeting where we may end up providing more information that could be in there to get us in agreement, or to have a report without any sense of what's going to be in it?
Is there a-
I need to see.
Airlines is big. I wonder if he's from Barracks, just tell them the siege is
And he has, his son and wife.
Oh, thank you, I didn't get to say thank you for the motion. That's been on my list actually, so thank you. I was actually,
I just formally say good morning, Bill and Jamie. You got quite a big table you can around. This is imposing.
Exactly, exactly. Well, you know, when you're a soccer mom, there's lots of different forms
I would vote for you.
Yeah, for public service.
So let's not do anything at this
You know, yeah, I mean, I think the states are responsible. If you think about
Very nice.
Yeah.
But
But it's so amazing, you know, now, whatever.
Hi, again, nice to meet you. Sorry, I don't know who knows me. Very nice.
Here's you might like it.
Yep, go ahead.
It's my license.
It's not like
Me too.
Jamie walks back through the door. We are
Yeah,
still.
so I guess when we go into executive session, we're gonna have to come in here. Video. Go into executive session for the Rabbit Center in order to receive the credit letters.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to stay in this room and we're gonna keep the video.
Okay, but you, when you're in executive session, the video's on.
No, it stays on, because we'll stay here and we'll keep them.
When you go into exec, you'll stay here, that's not a problem, but the video goes on.
I don't think it does because,
Oh, it's like it's an executive session, it should, you're not,
but they're still the attendees are still.
oh,
in
no,
quorum.
you're still feeding that, no,
We're still
absolutely.
feeding them and they don't have any member of the public here with them.
Correct.
So
Okay,
they can,
right, you still
so,
have that.
right.
Yep, okay. Okay. Excuse me, I'd like to call this meeting of the New York State Housing Finance Agency and the State of New York Mortgage Agency to order. I'm going to turn things over to the acting secretary who will take the requisite legal steps to formally open our meetings.
Morning, everyone. I know that Todd Sherman, representing the Director of the Division of Budget, and Chris Curtis, representing the Commissioner from the New York State Department of Taxation and Finance, are participating in the meeting via video conference from the New York State Division of Budget Conference Center at the Capitol Building, Room 131 in Albany, and Marge Rogat is participating from Suite 312 from Champion Office Suite, located at 1225 Franklin Avenue, Suite 325, Garden City, New York. Can everyone on video hear us?
Yes.
Thank you. I will ask for motions and seconds to call in the order the August 16, 2016 meetings of the New York State Housing Finance Agency and the State of New York Mortgage Agency. Motion for HFA
So moved.
and a second.
I'll second.
Thank you. Motion for Sunny May
So moved.
and a second. Thank you, Marge. As items are presented to each board throughout today's meeting, these motions and seconds will be used unless specific items call for a different vote or unless any board member or director wishes to record his or her vote differently.
Okay, let me turn things over to President Rubin for his president's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll be very quick. This is a short meeting. I appreciate that everybody who's here was able to accommodate us, and for those who weren't, I don't appreciate it.
You'll remember that.
Yes, I know where I was going with that. At this morning's Mortgage Insurance Committee meeting, which some of you will remember from 10 minutes ago, 3 projects were approved for insurance representing 403 units of affordable housing. Coming up in just a few minutes here at HFA, we'll be seeking your approval on these same 3 projects, an incredible coincidence, located in Albany, Erie, and Kings counties. We are, in other news, we continue to work very hard on lots of different interesting projects. And even in the few brief weeks since we last met, we've had some terrific events celebrating some of the work that the agency has done. July 19th, the Doe Fund had I did a groundbreaking at Webster Green Apartments out in the Bronx. It's a great building. It's going to be built for the Doe Fund guys who are formerly homeless men, typically, who are doing work projects around the city. July 25th in Buffalo, there was a ribbon cutting at the Evergreen Lofts, 56 units of affordable housing. July 26th in Oneonta, my first visit to Oneonta, there was a groundbreaking and a walking tour that I took of Oneonta with the mayor of Oneonta and a bunch of his colleagues, and got to look at a lot of the work we've done in that town. which is interesting. It wasn't just the housing, but actually we've done a lot of Main Street investment there. So the whole Main Street of the town of City, I guess the city of Oneonta, has been remade largely because of the work that this agency and Chris Leo's folks have done. It's really very cool. August 10th in Rochester, there was a Stadium Estates ribbon cutting, 45 units that Ruth Ann Wisnauskas did. And then on August 11th in Syracuse was the Governor's Sustainability Conference, which our agency hosted one of the panels there. And as usual, it was a roaring success. The governor made some terrific remarks at the beginning. I guess that gets us up to the present, so I turn it back to Bill.
Thank you. Let's see. Let's go back to Linda.
So I will deliver the report of the committee actions. First, the report of the Mortgage Insurance Committee. As Jamie noted, as President noted, the committee took the following actions earlier today. The committee adopted the minutes of the July 14, 2016 meeting. The committee recommended the approval of 100% mortgage insurance on a $25,700,000 HFA permanent mortgage, first mortgage loan for Surfett Place, Brooklyn, Kings County. They recommended the approval of 100% mortgage insurance on a $6,520,000 HFA permanent first mortgage loan for AP loss at Larkinville, Buffalo, Erie County. Approved a 100% mortgage insurance on a $5 million HFA permanent loan, mortgage loan for Ashfield Apartments, Latham, Albany County.
Okay, we'll now present items shared by HFA and State Mortgage Agency. Linda will record the approval of the minutes.
The minutes of the HFA and Sunny May meetings held on July 14, 2016 shall be deemed approved absent correction from the members and the directors.
Item 2, resolution approving compensation adjustments for senior officers. By the way, which point are we going to go into exec?
We're going to go into exec
Okay, down.
after.
Yeah. Okay. Item 2, again, as I said, resolution approving compensation adjustments for senior officers. Material in connection with this item were provided to board members by separate cover. There will be no discussion of this item unless board members so request.
Now before the HFA and Sunny May board for approval is a resolution of the State of New York Mortgage Agency and the State of New York Housing Finance Agency authorizing senior officer compensation adjustments. Assuming the first and second previously entered for each agencies, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 The motions are carried and the resolution adopted.
Now we'll move to the Sunny May action items. Item 3, resolution approving 100% mortgage insurance on a $25,700,000 permanent first mortgage loan for Surf Vets, Brooklyn, New York County. This item was discussed and voted on earlier today's Mortgage Insurance Committee meeting. It is now up for a vote by the State Mortgage Agency Board. There'll be no discussion unless the director so requests. We'll now move on to the vote.
Now before the board for approval is a resolution of the State of New York Mortgage Agency approving 100% mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for an HFA permanent first mortgage loan for Surf Vets, Brooklyn, New York County. Assuming the first and second previously entered for Sunny May, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried and the resolution adopted.
Okay, Linda's now going to take the requisite steps to go into executive session.
I'm requesting a motion and a second from the Sunny May directors to go into executive session pursuant to Section 105F of the Open Meetings Law to discuss the financial credit or employment history of a particular corporation. Assuming the first and seconds previously entered for Sunny May, those in favor of going into executive session, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We'll now be in executive session, so
So, get out! It's been nice seeing everybody. Adios. Okay.
Now, do you want to recuse yourself from this portion because it relates to the Javits Center?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll stick around, but yeah. I'm,
These are
not needed.
right, okay. And there's a copy for you, Linda.
I'm number 2.
And
Did we circulate through the?
We did. Copies went yesterday, end of the day by email to
Marjorie Betts and Todd Sherman of the letters received